Are you scared of love? Are you scared of love? What made me ask this question is just, I think this generation and every generation right now, we have this fear of love, this fear of embracing another soul, this fear of opening up to somebody completely. And that's the reason a lot of us can't find love, is because we don't know how to open up. It's like we like a oyster or a clam, and we just closed off to love. And I feel like we put these walls up to push people away. Walls used to be put up to protect ourselves, and now we put these walls up to push people away and keep them away from us. We got all these boundaries, these rules, these things we want, instead of just being open with people. And a lot of times we can't be vulnerable with people because we don't know how to be vulnerable because we're scared of love. I really think that we become frightened at the thought of giving ourselves to another person because we think they're going to play us, they're going to do us dirty, they're going to manipulate us. Something in the back of our mind is preventing us from being in love with this person and embracing this love. So I was having this conversation with my best female friend in the world, and just about how we feel like we scared of love because we don't want to give that other person full control over us. We feel like we don't want to give too much control to somebody else. And I really think that love is an act of selflessness and love. And a lot of us are too selfish to give that responsibility of making us happy to another person. We hardly know how to make ourselves happy. Let me repeat that. We hardly know how to make ourselves happy. And meanwhile, we trying to make another person happy, and then trying to make our friends and family happy, associates happy. We try to make everybody happy except ourselves. And then we don't have no time to make anybody else happy and be a relationship with person. I honestly think we are scared of love. I think that my generation and the generations under me are scared of love. The millennials, we have this real fear of being vulnerable. And I see it in Gen Z and Gen Alpha as well, of just being vulnerable and just being there for another person. Like, hey, I can open up to you. I could be there for you. But we just don't want to do it because we're scared of giving this other person control of ourselves. And I really think that's a flaw. A lot of times we've been trying to be too strong. I'm not going to let nobody hurt you. I'm going to be a rock. My heart is on ice. I'm frozen. I'm solid. And we really become like the food you keep in the back of the freezer, frozen, numb to everything. We numb to growth, numb to these people, and numb to everything, you know? And I really think that we become afraid to be who we are, afraid to love, afraid to show love. I know people that don't even want to show love. You can see somebody doing good, somebody better than you. We don't want to show them love. We want to find some way to hate on them, find some way to downplay them, find some way to belittle them. And I think that's just epidemic nowadays of just, we have a lack of love because a lot of people didn't come from love. So if you didn't come from love, you're not going to know love. Even a lot of people that did come from love, our ideals of love have been skewed and changed and misdirected. We've been done dirty so many times. We don't know what clean love looks like. I got to write that down. Where's my notes? I got to keep a notepad just right there. We forgot what clean love is. We have no idea what it is to just a love that's not going to do us dirty. And when I see a lot of people in relationships, especially when you see these social media, Instagram couples, Facebook couples, TikTok couples, whatever, you see them, they be so happy in these pictures, but we always think behind the scenes, nah, they can't be happy all the time. They got to be arguing. Why do we put this doubt and this fear that we have in other people's relationships instead of just being like, hey, I'm happy for them. They look amazing together, and just keep it pushing, keep scrolling, keep it scrolling. You know what I mean? Because we have this fear of love, this fear of opening up to somebody else, of being, because that would have, opening up requires us to show our vulnerabilities. You really have to open up and let somebody in, and we afraid to get damaged. Again, how many of us are literally afraid to be like, hey, I don't want to open up to this person. We see something in them that we don't like, again, and that prevents us from really getting to know each other, because if we both got walls up, how are we ever going to know each other? If I'm only seeing you through the wall and you seeing me through the wall, how are we ever going to know each other if we got these walls up? That's why I really think things could be mutual. Again, when I bring up this concept that I just brought up in other videos, mutual, that's my new concept. It's not a new concept, it's the word mutual, but it means you bring what you bring, I bring what I bring. I don't need 50-50, I don't need 100-100. Just bring what you bring, I bring what I bring, and let's elevate together. Relationships are supposed to be designed to bring out the best in you and the best in me. You see my flaws, I see your flaws, let's elevate. Let's not dwell on our flaws, and let's not try to devalue each other and chip away. Let's actually build each other up. Again, and that's why we scared of love, because we are actually scared of building up this other person and they leave us. Imagine you put all this time and effort in other people and they leave you. But here's the reality of the situation. They're going to leave you regardless. If y'all not meant to be, they're going to leave regardless. It doesn't matter what's in the way. Y'all not meant to be. Y'all not meant to be. So don't be afraid. I'm trying to like learn how to like love again. And that's really one of my goals for this new year, of like turning my heart on and loving again. Because a lot of women said I was cold and distant, and I just felt like I didn't care for them. And I didn't want to be like that. Nobody wants to be like that, except sociopaths. But nobody wants to be like, they don't even probably want to be like that deep down. Nobody wants to be like that. Oh, you cold, you distant. I'm thinking I'm present in relationships, but again, other people feel your vibe more than you can. That's why other people are there to tell us what's going on. We may resent them for that. We may not like them for that. But when we think about it later on, it's like, okay, they right. So again, when they're telling me I'm cold and I'm distant and I don't feel like I'm emotionally available, I had to really step back and look and like, maybe I'm not emotionally available. Maybe I am scared of love. Maybe I am scared of opening up and being vulnerable. And that's why I had to learn that maybe vulnerability is a good thing. Maybe being open to new relationships and new possibilities is a good thing. You want to be vulnerable in a relationship, shouldn't you? I want to be soft with you. I don't want to come in a relationship hard. We both will. We're going to fight each other. Like, we're going to fight all the time. Like, let's have peace. So again, I'm really big on mutual respect, mutual energy, just mutual everything. Like, you don't have to do too much. I don't have to do too much. Like, we could go for a picnic, and that'd be the best date. We don't have to go to Mastro's. We don't got to go to STK or some fancy restaurant or steakhouse. We could literally just go have a fun date, good vibes. But again, our perception of love is so skewed and misdirected and misguided because we all want somebody that's going to ride for us, somebody's going to cook, clean, do all of this. Like, hey, I just want somebody that's going to make me happy. Reframing. So you really got to reframe. Do I really want all of these things I want, all these conditions and terms and conditions? Our terms and conditions start to look like when you sign up for a website, the terms and conditions that these social media websites and these websites give us when you sign in. You want cookies, you want terms and conditions. No, we don't have to have all that. Just treat me good. Like, yo, my next relationship, like, treat me good. What you want out this relationship? Just treat me good. Let's have fun. Literally. Like, what, can we go back to that? Like, yo, what we gonna do? Hey, what's your expectation of me? Do you manipulate me? You try to gaslight me? What are you here for? I'm just here to have fun and vibe out. Like, I'm just here, let's chill. Like, let's not put these big labels, this big mission on these people. Like, and that's why these relationships fail. We put so much weight on these little relationships that don't have legs to stand on. And then when it collapses, we sit there looking like, damn, I knew it was going to fail. Because you already came into the relationship pessimistic, that's going to fail. So of course it's going to fail. All right?
You're a dummy.
It's simple when you really step back and look at it like, okay, I wasn't engaged as I could have been in this relationship. I wasn't present. I was scared of love. You really have to come to terms and look yourself in the mirror or watch this video multiple times, like and subscribe to The Corpy Show and say, hey, I'm scared of love. He was right. Corpy was right. I am scared of love. What about love is making me afraid? When you start asking yourself those questions, you'll find the greatest love is inside of you. Again, that's cheesy, but again, seriously, you'll find self-love. Once you find that self-love, you can give that self-love to somebody else. A lot of times, we scared of loving ourselves. Sometimes we be scared of loving ourselves. And if you can't love yourself properly, how can you love somebody else? So you really might have to take the time to fall back and retune and find your passions, find what you love, find what you want to do again. Once you find your passions, you'll be fun again. You'll actually be fun to be around. And your partner, significant other, be like, hey, you're different. I found my love again, so now I could love you properly. I'm not scared of loving. I'm just scared of everything that comes with it. And I feel like that's everybody right now. I'm not scared of love. I'm not scared to be loved. I'm just scared of everything that comes with it. But that's love. Love comes up, down, everything. And we be so jaded and so not ready to just like adapt to this person that we be so rigid. We come into these relationships hard and on guard already. And then we wonder why they fail. We really got to start coming to, hey, well, even though, keep your eyes wide open, but just be like, hey, I'm open to loving you. Don't say that to them too early in a relationship because you're going to look crazy. But in the back of your mind, say, hey, if you're in a new relationship, going on a new date or multiple dates, I say multiple dates. Everybody's going on a first date expecting to find the love of your life in this generation. You're bugging out. That's rare. Write a love story for a lifetime about it if that happened to you recently. But again, after a couple dates, be like, hey, I'm open to liking you. I'm open. Then after a couple months, I'm open to loving you. just be open to it. Don't be scared of it. When you're too scared of it, you're going to run yourself fear. Fear is going to dominate the relationship. You don't want fear to dominate the relationship, because once fear enters the relationship, it's done.
You don't like me much, do you?
No, I got the bars. The Corpy show is back. Listen, don't be scared of love. Be scared of not having love. Honestly, I think it's more scary out here to be alone a lot of times. Even though a lot of people, I like being alone, human beings were not designed to be alone. We need comfort, we need jokes, we need laughs, we need good times, we need bad times with people. I was watching a podcast the other day. It was like, yo, we need those bad times sometimes we have with people. Just imagine living a fully good life. You're a billionaire, you have everything you want. You would get bored. Rich people have high rates of unaliving themselves. So again, money doesn't, we've heard multiple stories how money is not a cure for happiness. The richest people in the world be the most unhappiest people in the world. So listen, it's really a mind frame. You need those bad times. You need those bad experiences. You need that. You need that to feel down. You need to feel like, okay, I'm going to go in this relationship vulnerable and ready for love. Yeah. That's just my take on it. Again, I'm trying to, everything I say for the podcast is how I'm feeling and something that's going through my mind. So again, I really think that we are ready for love. We just have to not be scared of it.